Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. Today we're talking about something I've been waiting a long time for, my Cybertruck. For those of you who don't know me, I'm just a guy who loves trucks and technology, and this is my first foray into the Tesla world. It's been a wild ride getting here, and I wanted to share the whole story with you all. I first saw this thing back in 2019, like a lot of you probably did. The reveal was different, to say the least. But something about it just clicked with me. I immediately put my name down for one. The initial price was around $120,000, and once you factored in taxes, you were looking at closer to $140,000. And honestly, that was just out of reach for me at the time. Felt like a dream truck, so I'd have to save for a long, long time. So I did just that. I put my head down, started saving, and kept an eye on the market. Fast forward a few years, and the opportunity finally came. I found a used Cybertruck, and the price, well, it was almost unbelievable. I snagged it for $79,000, almost half of what it would have cost me brand new. Now, obviously, there was a bit of a trade-off. I needed to get rid of my trusty 2019 Chevy Silverado to make it happen. That was a good truck. It served me well for years, but the allure of the Cybertruck was just too strong. I ended up selling the Silverado for $20,000, which brought my net cost for the Cybertruck down to around $59,000. This is also the first Tesla I've ever owned. I've always been intrigued by the technology and everything Tesla's trying to do, but I never had the opportunity to experience it firsthand until now. Coming from a traditional gas-powered truck like the Silverado, the switch is noticeable to say the least. The driving experience is completely different. Instant torque, the way it feels on the road, the tech, the screens, it's like going from the analog world straight into the future. I want to talk a little about why I decided to make the jump. Part of it was the design. The Cybertruck is one of those vehicles you either love or hate, and I'm firmly in the love it camp. It doesn't look like anything else on the road, and I like that. I wanted something different. But beyond the looks, I was really curious about how it would work as a real truck. Could it actually replace my Silverado in day-to-day use, hauling, driving, trips, all that? Another big part of the decision was financial and business related. I didn't just buy this truck to drive it. I bought it to build a YouTube channel and a business around it. My plan is to use this Cybertruck as a centerpiece for content, reviews, ownership experience, long-term updates, pros and cons, all of that, and to treat it as a business asset. I'm planning to use the Section 179 deduction, which basically lets you write off certain business equipment, including vehicles, if they're used for business purposes. So this truck isn't just a toy for me. It's part of a strategy. I'm building a channel and turning this into a business. I've already started capturing some footage, including aerial shots with my drone, and this video you're watching right now is part of that bigger picture. I want to walk you through what it's like not just to own a Cybertruck, but to build a whole content and business ecosystem around it. Let's talk about the buying process for a second. Like I said, I originally reserved one back when they were first announced. But when the actual pricing started to show up at around $120,000 and then roughly $140,000 after taxes, that number just didn't work for me. I'm sure a lot of you were in the same boat, super hyped, but then hit with reality when the final pricing came out. Instead of forcing it, I waited. I kept watching the used market, and eventually I found a Cybertruck at a price point that made a lot more sense. $79,000 is still a big number, but when you compare it to $140,000 and then factor in the $20,000 I got from selling my 2019 Silverado, it becomes a lot more manageable. That $59,000 net cost for a fully electric, attention-grabbing, content-generating truck started to look like an investment instead of just a splurge. This video is really just a start. In future videos, I'm going to break down what it's been like coming from that 2019 Chevy Silverado into the Cybertruck, what I miss, what I don't miss at all, and where the Cybertruck really shines. I'll get into the day-to-day stuff too, charging, range, how it handles commuting, errands, and road trips. I'll also be talking more about the business side, how I'm using this truck as a content machine, how I'm planning to leverage deductions like Section 179, and what that looks like in real numbers. Obviously, talk to your own tax professional about your situation, but I'll share my experience and what I'm learning along the way. On top of that, I'll be sharing a lot more footage, including drone shots and aerial views of the Cybertruck at different locations. I want this channel to be part ownership diary, part review hub, and part behind-the-scenes look at turning a big purchase like this into an actual business. So if that sounds interesting to you, if you're curious about the Cybertruck, thinking about making the jump from a traditional truck like a Silverado, or just want to see what it's like to turn a vehicle into a business asset in a YouTube channel, stick around. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed this story, drop any questions you have in the comments, and of course, subscribe so you don't miss the next episode in this Cybertruck journey. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.